All of you, welcome back to yet another project video. In this project, you're going to build your first ever, most advanced messaging app on the blockchain where you don't need to pay any transactional costs. You can create your account, send the messages, and perform the chat. So it's totally gasless messaging DApp. Let me give you a complete walkthrough that what are the feature and functionality we have included in this tab and how you can able to interact with the smart contract and perform the transaction. So when you will come back to the application, this is the first home page you will find. I have called Gasless Messaging DApp. We have deployed the smart contract to Sofali test network to perform the transaction. You can click here and you can connect your wallet, and here you will find the details about the feature we are providing. So we are providing no gas fee. So when you will perform transaction, you don't need to pay any transactional cost. The data is going to be stored on chain and it's 100% decentralization. And the main thing we are focusing on this particular protocol and the smart contract model ERC2771 protocol. So we'll talk about the entire protocol and the smart contract structure. So let's connect our wallet. So I'll click on this connect, and here I will be connected with my MetaMask, and you will come back to your dashboard. There you can able to find the complete details about the project. You will have your friend list, the group, that's all you will find. So this application is divided in three parts. On the top bar we have our title for our application, Gasless Messaging on Sofali. Then we have our username, and this is your wallet. So you can disconnect and you can connect one more time and you would be connected and you will have the interface. On the sidebar section you will have this two different tabs. One is the chat, so all the friends you are connected, that's what you will find, and you can see the messages. Or if you want to go to the groups, you can simply select and you can able to open the groups and you can read the messages. So you can click here and you can able to read the messages. Same you can do with the chat. So I got 5 messages. I have sent 5 messages from this account to this particular user. If I go with this one, I can see the messages which I have sent. So that's how you can able to go to the friends and the chat groups which you can explore and send the messages. Got it? So this is the beautiful interface we have. So now let me show you how you can perform the transaction and send the messages. So what I will do, I'll come back here and I will say, hey, and now you can click on this send, and it's going to make a call to our MetaMask. I have to give my credentials, so let me give the login, and you can see that here you will find the data we are passing. That's the only thing we have to do. We are interacting with the contract. Click on this confirm and the transaction in the process. I'm not going to pay any transactional cost. So just wait, soon the transaction will complete and the message is going to be reflecting in our dashboard. Finally, the message is sent successful and you will find that is going to reflect here. So we have performed the transaction successfully. Now what I will do, I'll come back here, open my MetaMask, and I'm going to switch my account. So you will find that I will come back to my account number. I have changed my account. Now I will come back here, simply give a reload and every single thing would be reset. Click on this connect to start, and here is going to reload your dashboard. You will find your friends. If I click here, you will find that I have sent this one message. If I go with this one, I have sent this hi. I can give the message this one. I can click on this send, and you will find the transaction is happening. This particular contract which handling all the signer model, and click on this confirm, and you will find that I don't have any fund in my wallet, but still the transaction is going to take place because other account will handle the entire cost of the transaction. And you will find that we are performing the transaction. Soon we'll get the confirmation from our MetaMask and it's going to reflect the message. You can see the transaction is in the process, and finally the transaction is completed. You got the notification message, and here you got the details about the message which you have sent. So you can send more messages. If you want to communicate in the groups, you can click here. You can find the details about the group. So I can click on this blockchain group, and here I have already got couple of messages. If I want to send message, I can paste here, click on this send, and I would be sending the messages. You can see I'm signing the transaction. Click on this confirm, and here the transaction is in the process. Once the transaction will complete, you will find the data is going to be reflecting in our group chat. So transaction in the pending, just skip some time, and the message is successfully sent. We got the notification and is going to follow the indexing model and is going to display the message right up here. So we got the message which we have sent. If you want to create a group, you can do that very easily, or if you want to add any user as your friend, you can do that. So you can click here and you can click on this. Here you will have an option. So right now I am already friend with all of these users. So if I want to become a friend or send the message to, for example, this user, I already have the user which I have sent. If I want to come back here, go back to the time block, and I haven't sent any message to the time block, so I can simply give this message and I can click on this send, and the message would be sent to this particular user. I can click on this confirm, and here the transaction is processing. So that's how you can able to add the friend to your list, and you can send the message straight away directly to their inbox, and the transaction is completed successfully. You will find the message is going to reflect here, and here we got it. So that's how you can able to add the friend. You can click here, you can come back here. If you give a reload, once you will reload the page, you can find that this is the message you have sent. That's how you can able to add new friend. If you want to create a group, you can create. So you can come back here, or you can simply click on this plus icon, and here you will find the group model. So you can create a new group and add your friend. So I'll say new group, and I want to add these 3 user in the group. So I can click on this create Gasless group, and here you will have this one. So we are performing the transaction, and I can click on this confirm, and you will see the transaction in the process. We are creating the group. If you check your MetaMask wallet, all the activity section is empty because I don't have any fund, but still we are interactive with the contract because it's a gasless transaction. We have to only sign the data, and every single transaction will taken care by the contract. And if I give a quick reload, you will find that I got the group. So you can click on this group, and you can go back to the new group which you have created, and it's absolutely empty. You can simply come back here, give the message you have, click on the send gasless transaction, or you can call this send and click on this confirm, and the transaction is in the process. Once the transaction will complete, the message would be reflecting in our chat model. So just wait, and the message is sent successfully. It's going to follow the indexing, and it's going to reflect in our chat group. You can able to create the group, send the messages, and add your friends. So if I come back here, go back to the previous account which I have already added, the account number 1, in that you will find that I have couple of fund. If I go to the token, but this fund we are not using for performing any one of this transaction. So this is the message I have received. You can come back to the group, the message I will open, and here you will find the new group message. I got it. So that looks absolutely fine. Now let me show you that how new user will create their account. So I'll come back here, and I'll go back to my account list, and you can see that all of this account has 0 fund, the account number 5, and I'll click here, I'll click on this connect account, and it would be connected successfully. Now I have to give a quick reload, and here I have given my reload. I can click on this connect to start, and it's going to reload the page. You will find that we got a welcome message that we have to enter our username. If I show you my wallet fund, I don't have any fund in this, but still I can able to perform the transaction. So I can call this, let's say, and I want to register myself. So click on this registration. Here it's performing the transaction. You can see all the interaction, the data. Click on this confirm, and the transaction in the process. You are creating an account. You are not paying any transactional cost because it's a gasless transaction. So just wait. Soon, once we write the data on the chain in the contract successfully, we'll get the confirmation. So we got the details. You have registered successfully. Now you have to simply give a quick reload, and here you will have the option. Click on this connect wallet to start, and you will be redirected to the dashboard. You can able to find your name which you have provided, your wallet address, and here you will find all the details. So you are not added in any one of these group. That's why it's empty. And if you come back to the chat, you don't have any one of these users. So you can click here, and here you will have the user which you can select to communicate. So I can go with the admin, and here you will find that I don't have any message. I can simply give this, and I can send the message. And here I'm performing the transaction. You can see the interaction. Click on this confirm, and the transaction in the process. If you can come back to a MetaMask, you can see we don't have any fund. We are signing the transaction, and every single thing is taken care by the smart contract and the protocol. Transaction is happening. Once we get the confirmation, now the message is going to be displayed in our dashboard. So it's taking a little bit time because we are following the indexing. Or if you want, you can simply reload the page to load the data quickly, and you can select the user. Now you can click on this, and you will find the messages reflecting fine. So that's how new user can register, create an account, and perform all the transaction even though they don't have any fund. In the same way, I can come back here, I can go back to the account number 7, and let's create a brand new account. So make sure to click on this connect account, and here you will find that I will be redirected. I can simply reload the page. I got this. I can click on this start, and here it will give me this option. I can call this, let's say, SEVN7. You can call whatever you want. Click on this registration. We are performing the transaction. Click on this confirm, and the transaction is taking place. So once we get the confirmation, now we are ready to get into the dashboard and perform all the transaction and send the messages. Click on this connect wallet to start, and here you will find that I'm into my dashboard. Now if I want to create a group, I can simply click here and I can call the group, let's say, fine, and I can select the user which I want to have. So I want to have all of the user in the group so they can get the messages. I can click on this create, and here I'm creating a group. I'm sending the transaction. Click on this confirmation, and the transaction is in the process. Once we'll get the confirmation, and you will find the group would be created, and we'll have the list to perform the transaction and send the messages. So just wait. And finally, the transaction is completed, and we have created the group successfully. Sometimes the data would take a little bit time to reflect, or you can simply do a reload, and we are following the indexing model. So you can click on this group, and here you got it. You can come back here. You can send the message in the group, and all the user would be reflecting in the group can simply have the message which you have sent. So it looks absolutely incredible. The transaction in the process. Once the transaction complete, we'll have the message in the group, and all the user will get the notification, and we have sent the message successfully in the group. And here we got the message. In the same way, if you want to create a new friend, you can simply click on this, and you can add the user into your friend list. Simply add this user, and I can send the message. Click on this send message, and I can simply sign the message, and here you will find the transaction in the process. Once we get the confirmation, the message would be sent, and the user will receive the message, and finally the transaction is completed and we got the message. So every single thing is looking good. I hope you have understood about the feature and functionality we have included, that how new user can interact and create their account and simply perform all the action in the smart contract. So if I come back to the main account, which is account number 2, it can have all the details. So I can simply reload the page, and here you will find all the 4 users. If I come back to the groups, I will find all the groups, and this is the new group which is got created. Click on this, and I will have the message. I can come back here, I can check the chat, and I can see all the messages which I have got for different users. So that's all is looking absolutely incredible. Hope you have understood all the feature and functionality we have included in this project. It's a really powerful project which you have to include in your portfolio to understand that how you can able to build a gasless transactional model for different applications. So sometimes you have to include the same model for social media DApp, for decentralized applications. So there you have to understand that how you can able to build this model. If the user don't have the fund, how they can able to sign the transaction. Now let me provide you all the assets which you need to develop this application from scratch. So when the complete project will come, you can start following straight away. And I will also provide you the final source code. So if you want, you can take the code and you can fast your development. So I'll provide you the link in the description. You can click here, or you can come back to the blockchain coder, open a new type blockchain coder, hit enter, and you will come back to the official website. There you will find all the project we have built on our channel. So we have more than 100 plus project on our website. So make sure to log in, create your account. Once you will do that, you will have the option called source code, and you will come back here, and you can also see all the project we have developed. 100 plus project for different EVM compatible chains. So make sure to build at least 5 of them. Then you can able to understand and master. So build this one, this one, this one. Crowdfunding, chat application. This is really powerful. So to get the asset, you can click here, go back to the recents, and here you will come. Click here, and you will come back here. Make sure to click on the starter file. It will come back to the GitHub repository, and here you can able to understand the complete architecture we have utilized in this project. That what UI model we are following, what are we using in the front end side, what we are using in the back end side, what type of contract we have. That's all is given in details right up here. So make sure to clone this repository. When the complete project will come, we'll start working straight away. So make sure to clone it and save in your system. Now let me show you that once you will get the final source code, how you have to do the setup. So to get the final code, you can come back to the blockchain coder and get it. Once you will get it, you will get a zip file. So make sure to take the final source code to fast your development, and when you will take it, you will give your valuable contribution to my team. When you will download the final source code, you will get the zip file. Make sure to extract the zip file, and you will get this folder in which you will see the complete source code of the project which you have seen in the demos. We have the contract, front end, and all the important folder and file structure. So make sure to install a zip extractor, then you will get this folder, and this is the one you have to open in your VS Code. So let's do that. So I'll click on my VS Code. I'll come back here, I'll go back to open, I'll go back to desktop, and I will select this particular folder and open in my code editor. So let me give you a complete walkthrough of the entire folder and file structure we have designed for this particular project, which is the most important thing. You have to understand that how the entire protocol and designing of the system is happening. So make sure to do the setup the way I'm doing it, follow exactly in the same way before you make any changes in the contract or in the front end side. So the very first folder you will find is the contract, in which you will have this two contract. One is the blockchain WhatsApp I have called. You will find that where we have all the logic for reading, writing, and performing the transaction in the contract for the user. For creating the group, that's all we have. So you don't need to make any changes, just keep it as it is. Close this one. The next one we have is the minimal forwarder. So this going to handle all the transactional model. So when it's come to building a decentralized dApp followed by gasless transactional model, we have the most popular one, ERC 2771 protocol, which you can use to design the entire model to perform the transaction, where one particular wallet means the deploy of the contract bear all the transactional cost and user can able to perform all the transactions smoothly. So this is the complete contract which handle all of that model, including the data sign up and user signing model. So just keep it as it is, don't make any changes. I would suggest you to simply go through this, understand the contract structure, but don't make any changes as of now. Just test the way I'm doing it. So that's what we have in the contract. The next one we have is the front end, where we are allowing user to perform all the transactions. So we have this SRC, in which we have the complete code for our front end. We have the app, we can see the layout, you can see the pages. Just keep it as it is. The red warning, I have a different configuration in my pit here, that's why I'm getting. Simply ignore that one. Close this one, close this one. We have the component. For all the component we have the chat window, group model, header, spinner, user registration, and sidebar. Keep it as it is, don't need to make any changes. Close this one, come back to the configuration, and here you will find the ABI of the contract. So we have the ABI of our WhatsApp contract, we have the contract, and we have the minor forward. So just keep it as it is, don't need to make any changes as of now. When you will simply deploy the contract, this file will be generated and automatically stored right up here. So let's close this one, close this one, come back to the context, and there you will find the context management we have built. So we have the chat context for the user interface for function and interaction. We have the Web3 context, which allow us to communicate with the contract and different model and signing the data. So keep it as it is. Close this one, close this one, come back to the style. There you will find that we are using Tailwind, which is the very prominent, and we have all of this code which we have written in the global scope as well as in the component. So don't need to make any changes, just test as it is. Let's close this one, and we have some regular files like environment variable. So you don't need to copy paste the environment variable, because when you will deploy the contract, it would be automatically placed and set in the places. So just keep it as it is. Close this one. This is what we have. Next config file, packages and files. So we are focusing on stability. So no matter when you are developing this project, it will work absolutely fine. So make sure to keep it as it is of these packages and just follow the way I'm doing it. We have the post CSS Tailwind, and we have this TS configuration, which is our Webpack. So just keep it as it is. Close this one, and that's the complete code for our front end. Close this one, come back to the relayer, and this one is very important and very interesting, because this will allow us to interact and activate our backend model, which can handle and just calculate all the pricing. So if you come back to the packages and file, that is follow a very simple package. We are using Express, Core, Ether, and Dev environment, and that's what we are passing. Here we have our server, which is getting executed and running behind the scene and giving all of this data. So just keep it as it is, don't need to make any changes, just keep it as it is. It's a simple backend server we have. Let's close this one, come back here, and here we have the script file, in which you will find this two script. One is the check balance, and this will check the balance of the admin, because when you're going to perform the transaction, or any user will perform the transaction, the admin is going to pay the transactional cost in the gasless transaction model. So that's what we have. Just keep it as it is. Come back to the deployer. So this is the complete deploying script of our smart contract. So altogether we have to deploy these two contract, and that's what we are doing. We are simply saving the files, generating the ABI. That's all we have. So keep it as it is. Close this one, close this one, close this one. Now come back to the most important thing, which is the environment variable, and all you have to do is to provide the environment variable. So click here, and here you have to get your own environment variable. So just keep it as it is. This one is our backend server. I'm testing this contract on Sofali, so that's what I have done the configuration. You just keep this as empty because when we'll deploy, it will automatically set in our environment variable. You can also keep this as a empty because we have multiple models which we can use to perform the gasless transaction. But in this model, we are following the deployer of the contract who going to pay all the transactional cost. And here we have the Etherscan API, which you can get it very easily. This is the one which I have provided, but I would highly encourage you to create your Etherscan API, and you have to provide it your. And here you have to provide your wallet private key, which you want to use for deploying the contract. That's what you have to provide, and make sure you should have some fun in that. And here you have to provide the API key for Acme, because that's where we're going to do and perform all the transaction. I'll tell you how you can get all of these two variable. That looks fine. So this is what we have in the environment variable. Just wait. And we have the git ignore, just keep it as it is. We have the Hardhat configuration where we are focusing on deployment in Sofali. But if you want to do the external configuration for different network, you can do it from here. And you can also do in the script as well. So let's close this one. Come back to the packages and file, and here you will find that we have written all the script which allow us to execute our front end, back end, and running the entire application. So just test as it is. Don't change anything, just test as it is. Once you understand, after that, do all the experiment from your end. If you come back to the readme file, there I have given some important links, some important information which you can check. You can also check this most advanced project. If you want to deploy, you can deploy there, and you can check other links right up here. So that's all is given. Let's close this one. So I hope you have understood the complete folder and file structure we have in this particular project. Now let's try to get our environment variable. After that, we're going to start our application. So come back to the environment variable, and let's get first our Acme. So what I will do, I'll come back to the browser. I'll simply minimize this one. I'm going to close this one, open a new tab, and type Alchemy. It's a really powerful platform which allow you to give you node provider, webhooks. That's all you can use to build a decentralized infrastructure. So that's what we have. And it's free to use at your initial stage. So I already have my account, so I will log in straight away. Make sure to create your account and verify your account. So let me sign in quickly. Once you will create your account, verify your account, you will have a similar dashboard just like this. And you can see that I have already created a couple of projects. So if you don't have any project, you can click on this create, and you can create a new project. Although it's my free account and I have already created 5 different endpoints, so I cannot create more. So I can use any existing one. So I'll simply click on this endpoints, and here you will find all the blockchain endpoint. So we are looking for Ethereum. Simply type Ethereum, and here you will find the network list. So we are looking for Solofali. So simply copy that one, copy the URL, come back here, and that's what you have to provide here. So I'll simply remove this one and paste here. This is going to be your unique API key. So make sure to use your own, because this has a limited number of requests. Once you get that, now we have to get these two. Private key of my wallet which I want to use for deploying the contract, and the Etherscan API key. So let's get the Etherscan API key first. I'll come back here, open a new tab, type Etherscan, and you will come back here. Make sure to click and go back to the mainnet and log in. Make sure to create your account and verify. So once you will log in successfully, you will have a simple interface just like that. Click on this API dashboard, and you will be here. And you can see that I have already created 3 API endpoint in my free account. So that's what I have. So if you don't have any API, you can simply create it here. I have already created 3 in my free account. That's why I cannot getting the option. So I will copy this particular one. Just copy this one, come back here, or I can copy this one. I can copy any one of that, and that's what I can provide here. And I got my API key. Now you have to get your private key of your wallet. That one is the most important thing. So come back here, save it, and come back to the browser. I'll simply close this one, and open up your MetaMask. Now you will see one thing, that I already have Sofali network right up here. So in your case, if you don't have this test network activated, you have to activate, because by default Sofali would be there in your MetaMask. So you don't need to add your custom RPC endpoint. It would be there. So make sure to activate your test network, and it would be reflecting right up here. That's the first thing you have to do. So my test network is activated, Sofali is there, and now I want to use this particular account number 2. If I come back here in my token, you can see I already have enough fund which I can use to deploy the contract and use for the transactional cost. But if you don't have this fund, you can use it, the Web3 provider, to get the free faucet. So I'll simply copy my wallet address, which is this, and in which I will get the fund. So right now I have this much. So I'll come back here, type Web3 Google Faucet. It's a very powerful platform which help you to give you the free faucet. Click here on Ethereum Sofali, And here you will have, so it's selected Ethereum Sofali, but if you are see, it has a different network available, but I will go with Ethereum Sofali, and it will give me 0.05, which is enough. I'll simply paste the address and I can click on this get, and right now you can see that I'm getting this particular error message because you can only call once in 24 hours, and I have already made a request yesterday. I have to wait for 11 o'clock, means one more clock I have to wait, then I can able to make a claim, but I already have enough fund for performing the transaction. So this is how you can get the free faucet. Got it? That's the first thing. That's the first thing you have to do. Make sure you should have enough fund. Now we have to get the private key of our wallet. So this is the account which I'm going to use. So to get the private key, you can click here, go back to the account details, and here you will have the details. So click on this private key, and you have to give your password, and you have to copy the private key. So let me give my password. I got my password. Now I'm going to simply copy my private key. So I'm going to hide it. So finally I got my private key. Now I will come back to my code editor and I'm going to provide it here. So let me provide, then I will come back once again. So finally I provided my private key. Every single thing is looking good. I already have a fund. I have given all the environment variable. Now we are ready to start our application and deploy the contract. So let's open up our terminal, and you can see I'm on the main directory. If I check my node version, you will find that I'm using the latest node version, so it will work absolutely fine. If I show you my npm version, it's working absolutely fine. So make sure to use the exact node version or npm version for better stability. Okay, so no matter when you are developing this project, as long as you follow this particular packages versions, every single thing would be working fine. Now what I will do, I have to go in each one of these component and do the installation of the packages. So let's start with the first one for the main directory. I'll simply type npm I, hit enter, and it's going to do the installation of the package. This might take a little bit time depending on your internet speed and your system configuration and how fast your laptop is. Just wait. Once the installation will complete, then we'll move to frontend and relayer. And finally the installation is completed. Simply ignore this warning because we are focusing on stability, and that's what you have to focus as a developer. So I'll simply clear my terminal, and I got my node modules in which I have the complete packages. Now I have to get into the front end and I have to do the installation of these packages as well. So let's come back here. Let's call cd front end, and you will find that I'm into the front end directory, this one. Now I have to type simply npm I, hit enter, and it's going to do the installation of the package. So just wait, soon the installation will complete and we'll have our package models right up here. And finally the installation is complete. So simply ignore this warnings. Now we have to clear our terminal and we have to get out of this particular folder. So I'll type cd dot hit enter, and right now you will find that we are on the main directory. I'll simply close this one. Now I have to go in this particular directory. So I'll say cd relayer, hit enter, and we are on this particular directory. Now we have to do the installation. So we type npm I, hit enter, and it's going to do the installation of our packages, and finally we're done with the installation. If you come back here, you can see we got the package model and the script. That's all looking great. So we are done with the installation of all the packages. Let me get out of this particular directory. Now I'm in the main directory. So we are done the installation of the packages. Now we have to deploy our smart contract. So we can come back here, and this is the command we have to execute. For compiling, then we're going to deploy our contract to Sofile test network. So what I will do, I'll simply open up my terminal. We are on the main directory. Now we have to compile our contract, and this will generate the ABA and the important folder and file. So simply type npm run and give this compile, hit enter, and it's going to compile our smart contract. So just wait. It's compiling. This might take a little bit time, and finally we have compiled our smart contract and we have followed the Paris model, and you got the artifact in which you will come back to the contract, and you got the to contract ABI which we are using. So we got that artifact. Now once we're done with that, now we have to call this deploy script. This is going to deploy our smart contract to Sofile. So I'll simply clear my terminal and I'm going to type npm run deploy and hit enter. It's going to deploy our smart contract. You can able to find the details, that deploying contract address and the balance I have in that. So make sure you should have some enough fund to deploy the contract and perform all the transaction for the user for different wallet. But this fund is enough, and you know how to get it using Google Web3 faucet. So just wait, let the contract get deployed. Once we'll get the confirmation, then we'll start working on the front end side and activating our front end and the back end. So our contract is deployed and we are waiting for the confirmation. Altogether we have to deploy 2 contracts. This might take a little bit time because we have added a waiting period. So just wait, let the deployment get complete, and we'll get the confirmation. So once we're done with the first one, then we will go to the next stage. And you can see we got the confirmation. Now we are moving towards the other smart contract for deployment, and you can see we got the contract deployed successfully. We are waiting for the confirmation, so just wait. Don't be in hurry. This might take a little bit time because this time we are interacting on the actual network. So once you're done with the deployment, we'll get the confirmation. Then we are ready to start our application. So we are waiting for the confirmation because we have a 6 to 7 minutes waiting time for getting the block confirmation. And finally, the transaction is completed. You can see that we have deployed the contract successfully. You can see the network details. You can see the two contract addresses. It has also generated our ABI file, and you got the confirmation. So don't interrupt when it's the contract is deploying. This might take a little bit time for 1 minute to 2 minutes because we have added a waiting log. So just wait, let it be complete. You will get the success message. Okay, once you will deploy it successfully, you don't need to paste anything, and you can also verify the transaction which you have here, or you can simply run this one. Now just keep it as it is. Now if you come back here, you will find all the folder and file structure is looking absolutely great. Now I'm going to clear my terminal. Got it? So we have compiled, we have deployed. Now we have to start our front end and the back end. So we are on the main directory. I would suggest you to split your terminal. Here you got it, the terminal. Now what you have to do, you have to start your backend. So this is the command which you have to execute. So come back here, type npm run and give this, hit enter, and you will find that our backend is started. You can see this particular account is going to pay all the transactional cost, and it's running on look like 3001. So just keep this running, don't need to stop this one, keep this running. Now we have to activate our front end, and let's start that. So this is the command we have to run, npm run dev, hit enter, and it will start our front end. So both is running absolutely fine. We are following the stable model. Every single thing is looking good. I'll simply close this one. Don't delete the terminal. If you delete, application would be shut down. You can simply minimize it just like this, or you can do it in this way, but don't delete it. This both should be running. Got it? So we got all the important variables. Every single thing is set. Now I will minimize this one. Now I'll open a new tab, and I'm going to simply paste this localhost 3000. So let me open this one, and this is the one which I have to simply copy, and that's what I have to paste here. So let's give this one, hit enter, and you will find that our application is looking absolutely great on our front end side. So let's make on the big screen, or you can see that it's looking great. I can come back here, and you will find that I'm connected with the account number 2. See, I'm connected with the account number 2. This is the same account I have used for deploying the contract, and it's going to pay all the transactional costs because someone has to pay the transaction cost if you want to write the data on the blockchain. So this is the account we're going to pay, and it has enough fund. So I have already connected. I can click on this connect wallet, and here it's going to reload, and you will find that I'm getting this option because it's a brand new account we have deployed. So let me give the name. So I'll say chain coder. I can click on this register Gasless, and you will find that it's performing a transaction and signing it all the data. So click on this confirm, and the transaction is the process. You can click back here, and you can find that here we got the details. Right now the activities is not displaying because all the things are taken care by the contract we have developed, which handle the entire gasless transaction model. So soon you will get the confirmation, and you will see you would be logged into the application, and your account would be created successfully. So just wait, and finally the transaction is created successfully, and finally the transaction is completed successfully. Now you can simply give a quick reload, and you will have this option. Click on this connect wallet to start, and you will have your dashboard back, and you can see your username and your dashboard. Right now you can click here. Right now there is no user because other users have to create their account. If you come back here, and if you see the groups, there is no group. If you want to create a new group, you can call it, and you can simply call the new group, but there is no user to be activated. So you cannot create because there is no user, and you need to have some user, then you can able to create the user group. So I'll simply close this one. Now what I will do, I'll come back here, and I'll go back to account number 3, and I don't have any fund in that, but I can able to create and perform all the transactions. So I'll simply give a reload, because when you change your account, make sure to reload, and it would be set according to this particular account. So I'm connected with account number 3. Click on this connect to start, and here I have this one. Now I can call this 3. Click on this register, and here it's performing the transaction. You can see we are interacting with the contract which handles our transaction model and provide the signer details. So click on this confirm, and it's going to take care of all the transactional cost. So just wait. Soon the transaction will complete and our account would be created and we would be registered in the smart contract to perform all the transaction and send the messages. So just wait. And finally the transaction is completed and we have created our account. So you can see I got into my dashboard and I can simply give a quick reload and click on this, and you will find that I have 0 person in chat and 0 group. So I can click here and I can add the user which is already there, and here I'm selected. I can simply send the message or I can do anything. I can simply send the message and the message would be sent, and you can see we are interacting with our forwarder smart contract. Click on this and the transaction in the process. Once we'll get the confirmation, our message would be reflecting. So just wait. Soon we got the confirmation and the message is sent. When you will create your account the very first time, it might take a little bit time for creation, but once you're done with that you will have the details reflecting absolutely fine. So just wait, and you can see the message is taking a little bit time, so you can simply give a reload, click on this connect, and you will find the message is going to be displayed here, and we got it. In the same way, if you want to create a group, you can come back here, you can select the user, I'll say new, and you can create a group, because you need at least 1 person to create a group and perform the transaction. So you can see the transaction is happening, and here we are performing the transaction. And if you look at the fund, still it's same because it's a dummy fund. Got it? So once we'll get the confirmation and our group would be created, and it would be reflecting in our smart contract, and here you can see the group is created. You can simply reload the page, click on this and come back to the group, and you will find that you have created the group. So first, the user who's added in the group need to send the message, then the group would be activated, because that's the double layer we have included. Got it? So what I will do, I'll simply come back here and let's go back to the account number 2 to check the group. So here we got it in account number 2, and let me reload the page, click on this, and here I got it. I can see the messages which you have sent from the account number 3. If I check the group, there we have the group. If I want, I can send the details, I'll say hi, and I can send the message, and the transaction is happening. We are signing it, click on this confirm, and the transaction is processing, and the message would be sent successfully. So just wait, the transaction is processed. Once we'll get the confirmation from the chain, the data would going to reflect, because we have 2 different contracts which communicating with one another, one for transaction and handle and one for the data management. And we got the confirmation and the transaction is successful. So soon it will reflect, and here we got it. Now if I come back here, if I created another account for a brand new, so I'll come back to account number 6, and you will find here I got this option. Click on this connect account, and I'm going to reload the page, and you will find that I'm out. Click on this connect, and it will tell me to create a new account. So I'll say, and I will click on the register, and I don't have any fund in that, so click on this confirm, and you can see the transaction in the process. If I show you my MetaMask, I really don't have any fund, but still I can able to perform the transaction, and we have created an account. If I click on this reload, click on this connect wallet to start, and here you will find that we got into our dashboard. There we can able to chat with other friends. So click here and you will find the user, and you can send the message and click on this send, and the message would be sent. So when it takes a little bit time for fetching the data, you can simply do a reload, and the data would be reload from fresh. So here we got the message successfully, and just wait, soon it's going to reflect here. If it's not reflecting quickly, you can simply do the reload, and you will find the data would be there absolutely fine. So that's how you can able to perform all the transaction without having any fund in your wallet. It's a really powerful application, and you must have this in your portfolio. This will help you to understand that how gasless transaction work on a decentralized ecosystem. When you go to work on a decentralized social media platform, NFT models, airdrop, there you need to simply provide your tokens, your cryptos, your assets, where you don't want to charge the user for performing the transaction, and this is how you can do it. So this model is very important, which you must include in your portfolio. So I hope you have understood every single thing about the feature functionality. Make sure to come back here in the blockchain coder, get the starter file and save it, so when your complete project will come, you can faster your development, or you can simply take the final source code and just do the setup and test every single thing from your end. Or if you really want to master complete blockchain development, then check this particular bootcamp. Once you will have the understanding of the Solidity smart contract, all the important technology which you have to know to learn in 2025 or beyond to master blockchain development. So if you understand, if you complete this particular bootcamp and all the project we have developed, you are ready for building any kind of application. So make sure to have a look. If you want, you can get yourself into this and start following and taking the complete bootcamp. So with that, I'm ending this video. If you have any question, any doubt, do let me know in the comment section, or you can simply mail it, where we can able to provide you all the details. So it's a really powerful platform which you can develop, where you can provide all the feature to your client, to your user. So with that, I'm ending this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.